Your girl is not on your side. Let's talk about it today. We're going live. We'll do it live.
This is the Come On Man podcast. And here's your host, Paul Bauer.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, and despite popular opinion, I am not hungover. I am not hungover today. We did have beer club last night. Good turnout again. It went 2 hours again. Man, yeah. And it also happened to be where we had so many guys. I had to bring people in and out. But we also had guys like show up and then leave and stuff like that, which is the idea. Like, you don't have to come and stay for 2 hours if you don't want to, right? You can come and stay for 15 minutes. You can come and stay for 5 minutes. You can come and stay for 2 hours if you want. It doesn't matter, right? It's like a bar, but it's just for dudes. You know what I mean? It's just for dudes. It's a good outlet. And but yeah, good turnout again, good conversation. We talked about all sorts of stuff last night. We were talking about music. We have some new guys. We had 3 new members in the house. And another guy from Ohio. We have like a whole Ohio crew. So if you guys are listening from Ohio and you want to meet up with other dudes from Ohio, there's already like 4 guys in the group from Ohio that you can pal around with and go, have wingmen when you guys go out and scoping for chicks. I got to watch what I say here. We're not at the 8-minute mark. Oh man, guys, look, I'm wearing my TNA hat. All right. If you guys have been following me for a long time, a lot of my early TikTok videos, I was always wearing this TNA hat. It's like my favorite hat. But I'm wearing it because Impact Wrestling announced recently that they're going back to the TNA branding. They're going back to where it all started at their pay-per-view coming up in January 13th. Their Hard to Kill pay-per-view. And I think I might take Nurse Chick out there. I think I might take her out there for that pay-per-view, wear my TNA hat. So, oh, look at this. We got some guys in the chat already. We got CW. What's up, CW? I'm feeling pretty good. This morning. I actually didn't get completely obliterated last night. Let's see here. How about you get $100 total? No. Someone's got to send the $100 super chat. If they send $100 super chat, I'll put out a TikTok dance video later today. Oh man, and I know it's possible. Because I watch some of these other guys' streams. People send Rolo $100 all the time. People send Cappy $100 all the time. I know y'all out there with the money. All right, y'all are just being stingy with it. You want to see this? You want to see all this dance? You got to send a $100 super chat. Nathan said a $2 super chat at least. You get this today, man. We are not at the 8-minute mark, so you get this. Who's the man? Yeah. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Oh, man. Hey, Black Bear's in the house. What's up, brother? What's going on, dude? Glad you were able to make it. I want to give a shout out to Arch Hominem. He's on Twitter. He's also I also see him on YouTube in the comments sometimes. He developed a new website called rulezeroarchive.com. Check this out. You guys ever want to watch all the episodes of Rule Zero in like one convenient location? He created a really awesome website for it. So I'm gonna post that in the chat there. Paul be like, I'm digging for gold today, bro. This ain't for free. You know what I mean? This anything worth doing in life is worth doing for money. You know what I mean? No, babe. You contribute other things if you know what I mean. You don't have to contribute $100. No. I'll give you a private lap dance later. Just don't worry about that. Guys, before we get too far into this, be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications. If you guys are in the live chat, you've already hit those notifications, or at least hit the subscribe button because it's in subscriber only mode. Drop a comment, sound off in the live today. This will be good. It'll be a good discussion today. So participate. That helps these go by much faster. And then send super chats, guys. Right? If you guys send $100 super chat, I swear to God, I will do a TikTok dance video. It will be on social media by the end of the day. Okay, so y'all have heard Rich Cooper's women don't care about your struggles. They win at the finish line and bang the winner. I gotta say bang because we're still only in 5 minutes in, so stupid YouTube rules. But it's absolutely true, right? Women don't care about men's struggles. Okay. And now a guy who follows me on Instagram yesterday, he's a little bit on the spectrum, he commented on my post yesterday about today's episode and saying how, women they're not on your side. Okay. They're not on your side. And he was like, so she's an enemy out to destroy me then? It's like, no, man, no, not quite. Okay. It's not so black and white, right? That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. We'll get into that today. Right. But really, the fact of the matter is, women, they respond to strength, not weakness. Okay. Women, they may want to care. They may want to care about your struggles. They may actually want to care. They may even think that they care about your struggles, but their evolutionary biology just won't let them care. Okay. It's not their fault. They're just wired that way. Okay. And we can't hate women for that. It's just how they are, right? It's not bad. It's just how it is. All right. Now, evolutionarily speaking, it makes sense. Okay. They needed a strong provider to give them strong offspring that would survive. And they needed that provider to protect them. Okay. So it makes sense that they've been hardwired to do this throughout history. Because if they got with a weak loser back 300 years ago, their kids wouldn't survive and they would probably die too. You know what I mean? So they needed to get with the strongest possible mate that they could find to have strong offspring that would be more likely to survive, and that provider would protect them. You see what I'm saying here? So it makes sense. Okay. Weakness just, wasn't an option. It's not an option like it is today. You know what I mean? Like we don't have any threats out there really today, so there's lots of weakness out there. Oh, you know what? I've got this on. That means that I don't have it in subscriber only, but that's fine. That's fine. Speaking of which, thank you for the $10 super chat. Add this to your money pot. Awesome beer club last night. I'm glad you were able to make it, man. I'm glad you were able to make it. I'm going to, you know what? Screw it. You guys have already sent in a couple of super chats. We're good. We're good. Let's just go ahead and say this.
I was just going to say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yeah, this guy definitely fucks with the $10 super chat. Appreciate it. 100, and I need to see that the jabroni Lawrence join in. Okay. He needs to dance too. We don't want to see that guy dance. We don't want to see Glenn dance. Okay. So women, they respond to strength, not weakness. Weakness is just not an option for them. Okay. So all this talk about emotional vulnerability that has been spread around, it sounds good, but it's a complete trap. Okay. Even if your woman buys into it, even if your woman subscribes to that idea, like, no, I care. No, I really do. You're just talking about those other bitches out there. No. Okay. She may subscribe to it, but her lizard brain will see it as a weakness. Okay. Her monkey brain, her hind brain. Okay. This is where like your fight or flight responses come in. Okay. You know what I mean? It's all reactionary brain, right? So her lizard brain will see it as weakness, which will trigger her survival response to bail. Okay. She won't even know why she's not attracted to you anymore. She just will be. She just will be. If you start showing weakness, you start bringing her your problems, you start treating her like a therapist, like your mom and stuff like that, her monkey brain will get triggered, and she will all of a sudden start losing attraction for you. She won't even know why. She won't even know why. You understand what I'm saying here? It just will be a feeling that she has. Like, I just don't know. I just fell out of love with him. I just don't know what happened, Add with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, man. You get this one.
I was just going to say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely fucks. Thank you so much for that. Right. Yeah. Right. It's in inert nature. Absolutely. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining us today. So yeah, so it's just how it is. Okay. It's not necessarily that she's evil and conniving and she's always she's kind of testing you to see where you'll fuck up so that she could leave at any minute for the next best thing. That's not how it is. That's not how it is, right? She wants you to be strong. She's actually rooting for you to be strong, right? And then she thinks because of social the story that has been told to us, right, in the media and whatever, that you have to be emotionally available and that you have to be you have to be vulnerable to her and stuff like that. She buys into that crap, and then when you do it, she's like, yeah, this guy's such a weak pussy, I don't know what's going on. It's like, yeah, because that's not what you're wired for. That's not what you're wired for. Guys, follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Get on the email list.comeonmanpod.com. Get your PDF with 20 dating app openers that are guaranteed to capture a woman's attention in the first 20 words. A lot of the guys at the beer club are testing this out. It's actually funny to see some of the responses and stuff like that. You guys have to learn how to have conversations with chicks, though. You know what I mean? Because this will only get your foot in the door. And then when the chicks reply back, you're like, oh shit, I don't know what to say next. Like you got to figure that out. You got to be quick on your feet. Okay. You can't necessarily rely on this stuff. And if you read the PDF, it actually talks about why canned openers aren't that great. It's more to get you guys thinking about what women respond to, right? And sort of setting yourself apart on a dating app, because if you just open with, hey, what's up, what you doing, how was your day, and stuff like that, it's all boring, and then it gets lost in the sauce. Chicks have hundreds of options on there. You just got to stand out from the crowd. And then if you guys get on the list, I will send you some free stickers, but for the love of God, okay, for the love of God, if you don't want the stickers, just in the address field, put do not want stickers. Okay. I went to the post office box yesterday. I got a stack of stickers that I mailed off that all got returned because the address was like missing something, or it wasn't accurate at all, or whatever. Like, if you don't want the stickers, I don't care. That's fine. Just put do not want stickers. Okay. Don't make me waste a fucking stamp, you assholes. And then check out the Practical Law of Attraction course, guys. LOA.comeonmanpod.com. I'm going to play a commercial for that, and then we'll continue this conversation. Are you struggling to find a good quality woman? They are very rare indeed these days. If you spend any time at all watching content in the men's podcast space, or you spend time on dating apps or going out to clubs, you're seeing low quality, promiscuous women. You're finding women with daddy issues and personality disorders, or a myriad of other red flags, and you are frustrated. I get it, brother, but what if I were to tell you that the reason why you're only seeing these types of women is because of your mindset, because of your paradigm? We get what we focus on in life, and you have trained your mind to focus on the type of women that you don't want. So those are the types of women that keep showing up for you again and again. Let's change that mindset today. If you're a guy looking to attract high-quality, submissive women into your life, then I've got the perfect solution for you. And let me tell you, brother, it's all about mindset. That's right. You've got to reprogram your thinking to focus on the type of women you do want. That's where my Practical Law of Attraction course comes in. It's packed with proven psychology-based techniques that will help you manifest your dream woman. Trust me, you won't find this stuff anywhere else. Explained in such a simple, easy to use way. And let me tell you, when you start using these methods, you'll be amazed at how quickly things start changing for you. Picture this, you're out on the town, feeling confident and magnetic. All the women are drawn to you like moths to a flame. And best of all, you're attracting the type of women that are submissive and high quality. It's not that they weren't there before, it's that you weren't aware of them before. My course will teach you how to be more hyper aware of the kind of women that you actually want. It will teach you to believe that you're the most attractive man around. And when you believe it, you'll carry yourself that way. So what are you waiting for? Sign up for my course today. Visit LOA.comeonmanpod.com. That's LOA.comeonmanpod.com. Start living the life you've always dreamed of. Don't miss out on this opportunity to up your game and find the woman of your dreams. The law of attraction is nothing without action. So what are you waiting for? Act now. Act now, guys. One of the things I teach in the course is that you can record affirmations and listen to them at night. And last night after beer club, actually sat down and recorded some new affirmations to listen to at night. So I do this. I'm not, it's one of the things I actually practice, guys. Let's see here. So I've heard other creators talk about how it's not uh, you versus her. It's you and her versus the world, right? Sounds good, doesn't it? It's you and her versus the world. And perhaps it should be that way, but it isn't always that way. You know what I mean? There's lots of shoulds in this world, right? Marriage should be till death do us part, but it isn't. It isn't. Monogamous couples should be faithful to each other, but people tend to cheat, right? It should be you and her versus the world, but in reality, it's you versus the world. She's just along for the ride. Okay. And sometimes she's on your side and sometimes she's not. All right. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Right. And if you show any kind of weakness around her, she definitely won't be on your side. Right. She might stick around for a while, but that attraction is eroding. It's eroding. You're already going downhill. Okay. And like what you'll find is that women often will start they start losing attraction for you, and they start lining up their next guy up to 2 years before they actually break up with you, right? They start seeing that weakness. They start having this feeling, this unescapable feeling that they don't know, they can't explain it. So they start looking around for their other options. They start lining them up. And then once they get a guy that's that they think is the next possible guy, maybe they're even already cheating. That's when they drop that brick in your lap. You know what I mean? So you just got to be aware of this stuff, right? It's not necessarily a straitjacket, right? This is hypergamy that we're talking about. It's not necessarily a straitjacket, but understanding it allows you to be strategic around it. You see what I'm saying here? Let's see here. Blackbear says this, right? It's a validation trap. If you fall for it, they will bounce. You become one of the girls if you validate. Yeah, that's true, man. It's true. And yeah, Nathan says, yep, the good old, I just have a feeling. BS. Yeah. Right? Yeah, lived it. You're speaking facts. Yep. Dude, same. Yes, you always have to keep an eye on her attraction level. Yeah, absolutely. If you guys go back, I did a stream earlier this year on what it means to be lovingly detached. You got to be lovingly detached so that you can keep an eye on on her attraction level for you, so you know how to navigate things. You know what I mean? And you can still love her. Doesn't mean you don't love her. It's just you're being strategic about things, right? That's how you lead the relationship. Let's see here, guys. Join the beer club, beer.comeonmanpod.com. We had a good turnout last night, and it's only $10 a month. There's a free trial available. The next one will be in November sometime. It'll be a turkey hangout, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So Arch Wier, the legendary but humble Arch Wier, he did a post about this back in 2015. I'm going to drop it in the comments here, so you guys can read it if you want. So Arch Wier, he's a cool dude. He's actually, he was joined me for the Dragon Ship, not last Saturday, but the Saturday before. I hosted the Dragon Ship, and Arch Wier was on there with me. And I also interviewed him separately for an upcoming episode. So you guys are going to tune into that. But Arch Wier, if you guys don't know who he is, he was in the Married Red Pill subreddit. He was a former moderator on there, and he was writing some of these really profound articles up to 10 years ago, right? I think he ended up leaving the space about 7 years ago, and he's remarried, right? Oh, a red pill guy actually pulled the trigger and got married. Yeah, you could do that. If you're your own mental point of origin and that's what is right for you, you can absolutely do that. Okay. There's nothing not red pill about marriage per se. Okay. All we say is that it's a bad deal for men. That's all we say. Okay. There's some guys out there that think that red pill means you can't be in a monogamous relationship. That's not true at all. Not true at all. So anyways, Arch Wier came up with this post, and he's going to be on an upcoming episode, so stay tuned for that. But basically, these are the bullet points from that article, right? Guys who think that their woman is still on their side, they're basically still blue-pilled. Okay, you're blue-pilled. They're being idealistic. It's an idealistic fantasy. All right. Women, they're not necessarily women are not for you. They're not against you. They aren't necessarily trying to exploit you or manipulate you. I mean, some women are, but not necessarily, right? If you're in an LTR, she's probably not actively trying to do this. All right. But the thing is that women are out for themselves. They're out for themselves, and you should be too. Right. That's where enlightened self-interest comes into play, right? That's where mental point of origin comes into play. All right. You got to worry about your happiness first. You got to worry about what's best for you first. All right. A lot of guys, especially blue pill guys, they make their woman their mental point of origin. They try to make her happy all the time. Right. That's a recipe for disaster, because women are never happy. They're never truly happy. Oh, John sent a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. You get this. I'm going to say you're the man today, man. You're the man. I got news for you, baby. Looking at the man. Yeah. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yes, Beer Club was awesome. Definitely come join us next month. So they're out for themselves, right? Same as you should be, right? Sometimes your goals will be aligned with hers, and you'll feel like you're on a team together, right? Sometimes your goals will be aligned. You'll feel like you're on a team. Sometimes your goals won't be aligned. That's where a lot of headbutting comes into play. Now, if you have a girl that's just totally relies and is submissive and just defers to your authority all the time, I think more often than not, she's going to, your goals are going to be her goals. You know what I mean? I would say nurse chicks like that for the most part. At least she hasn't shown to be otherwise so far. So far, we're only 2.5 years in. No big deal. But so you'll feel like you're a team, right? But sometimes your goals won't be aligned, and you won't be on a team anymore. All right. Now, Arch Wier points out that women like to watch drama-based reality shows like Jerry Springer or Judge Judy or whatever, because it shows how fucked up people could be. And we all like to see weakness in others because it makes them feel better about themselves, right? It makes you feel better about yourself by watching other fucked up people, right? So women also like to try to access your human side, your emotional side, to see if there's a chink in your armor, right? It makes her feel better about herself, right? So she'll do various things to try to make you sad or horny, or she'll try to make you apologize or admit to something. I have a good story. One of my 3% brothers, I'm gonna keep him anonymous here, but he and I were talking yesterday about this girl that he's dating, and his girl that he's dating is kind of a handful. She's kind of a spicy Latina, and she's always testing him. She's always like throwing little fits and testing him. And, he's just always really like just very strong. He doesn't budge, and she can't get her way with him. And they were getting ready to go to a party one time, and she was just kind of being a twit the whole time. Right. And so he's driving her to this party, and she's just acting up and complaining and stuff like that. And he goes, you know what? I don't need this. And he gets off the highway, turns around, and starts heading back to her house to drop her off. And she's like, where are you going? He's like, I'm not doing this today. We're not going to your friends. I'm going to drop you off. You can find your own way there. And she's like, what? No, like I'm going to be late to my party. And he's like, you're always late anyway. You should be used to it by now. And anyway, just like her attitude he was just like, I'm not doing this today. It takes her back. And so she starts apologizing and all this stuff. And she they finally come to the conclusion that she's going to behave herself. So he turns back around, goes to the party. And as at the party later, she's had a few drinks and stuff like that. She admitted to him like how hot that was, that he that he was going to take her all the way back to all the way back to her house. Like chicks like that, right? That's a strength test. They want to see, or we also call them shit tests, right? They want to see if you are going to be strong in the face of her moodiness, in the face of her emotional fucking shit storms, right? They want to know if they can capsize you or not. You're a boat in the ocean. They want to know if they could capsize you or not. And if they capsize you, right, they'll never trust you to fucking navigate that boat again, right? They'll never let you get back into the driver's seat. So you always got to be aware of that kind of stuff, right? But she does this to try to make you look human, so she knows that she's still good enough for you, and that your chink in your armor means that she still has some control over you, right? But that chink in your armor is you being vulnerable and showing weakness, right? And we've already established early on that women don't respond to weakness, okay? They respond to strength, right? Oh, like my ex-wife, disagree more than not. Yep. Yeah. Be self-interested first. You cannot help anyone else until you help yourself first. Yeah. It's like when you're on an airplane and the gas masks come down, or the air masks come down, right? Like they say, put it on first because you can't help the child next to you when you're passed out, right? Let's see here. If you figure out your emotions, shit tests are hilariously easy with sarcasm and playful picking on her. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's all about frame, right? And a part of frame is emotional control. Part of frame is emotional control. And a lot of guys, they don't realize this, but we react emotionally to that stuff more than we like to admit, right? If you react, if her shit testing pisses you off, pissed off is an emotional response. You see what I'm saying? You're not being rational at that point. You're pissed off. You are not in control of your own emotions, right? But if you learn how to just take a step back and think a minute before opening your mouth, you could become aware of it, right? A big key to being in control of your emotions is awareness, right? We don't always have control over that, though. I was telling this story to Thor. My fucking neighbor's dog was charged me the other day, right? That her dog got out and went to go attack me. Dude, I lost my shit on that dog, right? I went and grabbed a baseball bat and chased that fucking dog. I was going to kill it. I was going to fucking kill that dog. And then the neighbor comes out and I just fucking blew up at the neighbor, right? Because her dog is always out barking and causing commotions anyway. And it was just like the last straw, you know what I mean? So I just let my fucking neighbor have it. I was not in control of my emotions at that point, but I also had a lot of adrenaline going. I had a lot of, fight or flight going because a fucking dog tried to attack me. So, there's sometimes where, that's a survival response. I get it. But when your girl's just kind of being a twit, there's no reason to lose your self-control over something like that, right? It's not life or death, right? Oh, that where LTR tried it last weekend. Oh yeah. How'd you handle it, John? What'd you do? Let me know. So anyway, so that chink in your armor is you being vulnerable and showing some weakness, right? You can't do it. Guys. This is going to be a short episode. I'm already almost all through my notes here, but I'm just trying to vamp a little bit till we can get over that 30-minute mark. Just gotta get over that 30-minute mark. But this is all a trap, right? It's all a trap, like in Star Wars, Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. It's all a trap, right? So Arch Wier says in his post, affection is not the same as attraction, right? Women don't want to fuck weak men, even if they like them. Okay. So you might start being emotionally available. You might start showing some weakness. Might start showing a little bit of your human side. And she might think that she likes it. It might give her more of a comforting feeling, maybe, but it's not blowing her skirt up, right? And she's going to start looking at you more like a friend, right? And that's where you start getting the whole, I love you, but I'm not in love with you type fucking response from a chick, right? And they don't know why. But it's because you've been consistently failing these shit tests and showing weakness. And now all of a sudden she's lost attraction for you, right? So affection is not the same thing as attraction, right? Yeah. Yeah. If it does piss you off, catch yourself and reevaluate yourself quickly. Yep. My favorite pester statement after a shit test. You done yet? With my smirk. Yeah. Are you done? You done? Right? You look so cute when you're angry. You look so cute when you're angry. That might piss them off more, right? Like, let's say that a chick is losing her shit and she's like fucking yelling at you and stuff, and you're just smiling and you're just like, you're just so cute when you're angry, right? That's going to piss them off more. But the thing is like, she's up in her emotions. She's up in her emotions right now. If it doesn't matter what emotions she's up in, if you got her emotions spiked, that actually builds heat, healthy emotional anticipation and tension, right? That's the tension part. If she's up in her emotions, you can segue that into some serious makeup sex, guys. You can. She's all in an emotional high. Doesn't matter if it's a negative emotion. You can segue that into some dirty sex, guys. I'll tell you that. Okay, she tried to change up their plans for the day. Just said no. She was annoyed at first and then very loving later. Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. Like saying no to women, like so many guys are afraid to do it. They're like, well, I don't want her mad. I don't want her bitching at me. So many guys are trying to squash that healthy emotional anticipation and tension. They're I want my peace. I want my peace. Man, the more you do that, the more you say no to her, and you stand up to her, the more peace you'll get eventually, right? But it takes work. It's like you got to train her. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was cheers and boos are always better than crickets. Yes. Oh, dude, I like that one. I might steal that. Yeah. That's why my ex-wife said exactly. I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, Athel K, let me pull this up here. If you guys are in an LTR, read this book, right? The Married Man's Sex Life Primer. It's a really good book, but he explains this. He talks about the I'm in love with you, but I'm not in love with you. And he's like, you can look at it like neurochemical responses in the brain, right? The I'm in love with you, but I'm not in love with you means I oxytocin you, but I don't dopamine you, right? She's lost sexual attraction for you. Okay. And then that is like literally the decline of the relationship at that point. Yes, serious makeup sex, definitely. It's important. It's important. So, women, they don't want to fuck weak men, right? Even if they like them. You can't be open to them at all or they will lose attraction and leave, right? If you had a really bad day at work, don't come home and tell her about your shitty day at work. If you do, occasionally I slip and tell nurse chick about my shitty day at work. But I always try to catch myself and then put a positive spin on it. Right. Like the other day, man, I was fucking fuming, right? Because we've got this big project at work for my day job that shall not be named. And we have a whole crew of guys that are supposed to be automating a bunch of stuff, right? So they're supposed to be figuring out how certain things work and how to automate them. But they keep struggling with this one application. And I'm not like expert on this one particular application, but they keep pulling me into this to go, hey, we keep running into this error. And I'm like, well, have you fucking Googled it? Have you Googled the error? Because that's what I would do to troubleshoot this, but you guys keep bringing me in and you bring me in. Like, why the fuck do I need you? Why do I need you if you keep bringing me in? Right. So that was my sort of reaction to coming in and having to fucking fix things for these assholes. And so I was telling nurse chick about it and I caught myself and I was like, well, the thing is, I'm just so fucking awesome. I'm just so fucking awesome at what I do. Like I really can't blame them for this. But so I went ahead and I just handle shit. I just went in and handle shit because that's what I do. Anyway, to put the positive spin on it, right? But you got to do that if you end up, letting things slip and telling kid about your shitty day. You need to put a positive spin on it. Like, but I handled it. I had it handled, right? She needs to know that you have your shit handled. Okay. Otherwise, just if she asks you about your day and you had a shitty day, just tell her, yeah, it was good. It's a good day. Good day. Save that kind of shit for the boys, right? That's why I have the beer club, because a lot of guys don't have boys. They don't have boys, right? Join the beer club. You can, if you have a really shitty day, the beer club's there 24/7 in a Telegram group. It's a private Telegram group. You guys could literally just drop it in the fucking group. Be like, man, this day was fucking bullshit. Like, all the boys will come in and talk to you about it, right? That's an outlet for that. Your girl really isn't, right? And then we have drinks once a month, which we did last night. Fucking awesome. Good turnout for the guys. If you have cancer, this is in Arch Wier's article. If you have fucking cancer, don't bring it to her. Don't bring it to her. Save it for the doctor, or join a fucking support group, right? Join a cancer support group. Bring your struggles about cancer to the support group. Don't bring it to your girl, right? How many guys have their girls leave when they're going through a major adversity like cancer, right? I have a working hypothesis on that. Like, when guys lose their jobs or they get really ill, like with cancer, women aren't necessarily leaving because you lost a job or necessarily because you have cancer. They leave because you quit on yourself, right? A lot of guys get into this like dark depression, and then they just pile it on their girl, and the girl's like, what the fuck? Like, I need a guy who's strong that can take care of his own shit, right? And they start losing that attraction. So if you do feel that way, that's normal, that's human. Just save it for the doctor and join a support group, okay? That's not her job. All right? All right? If you save that, she's not going to leave, okay? And if you keep a positive mindset about this kind of stuff, right? And don't let yourself get into a depression, she's not going to leave. She's not going to leave, right? But you going into this depression really shows weakness. You know what I mean? All right. What's Bonnie and Bonnie? Okay. Amazing book. Just finished it. Yeah. I wish it was on audio. I would listen to that on repeat. It's a really phenomenal book. Yeah. Your day is always just a normal day, huh? If I tell my LTR about my day and it was a rough one, I end it with, no worries. It'll be grand. Yeah. There you go. Oh, do stats show that men leave women that are terminally ill as well? That's a damn shame. You know who has a situation like that? And she's not, I wouldn't say she's terminally ill, but she's in a real bad way, is Thor. Thor's wife. She got in a really bad car accident a couple of years ago. That man, like, he's staying by her side. He does everything for her. He takes care of everything for her. You know what I mean? But you guys need to read his book on dominant masculine presence. He talked about it. We were talking about it in one episode about this situation. And he was saying that there was a situation once where his wife and his ex-wife, they were all with him at a hospital, and something was going on. I can't remember what. And he was showing signs of being worried about the situation. And he could see it in both of their faces, like, oh, like, oh shit, is he going to be okay? Is he going to be okay? Almost like a worried look, because they were relying on him and his strength in the moment and his leadership in the moment. And that slight emotional sort of chink in the armor that he was showing, like, he could see it in their face that it was worrying them. So he had to like suck it up and be like, don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Right. She needs you to be her rock, not the other way around. Like, she can't be your rock. Right. So, but he was saying, like, he saw it in their faces, and he had to suck shit up quickly because he could notice it. And that's a part of being lovingly detached, is being able to recognize that. Right. Let's see here. So your girl, she's not your friend. She's not your friend, guys. She's your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, right? It's different. It's better. It's better than a friend, right? It's better than a friend, but she's not your friend. She's not your buddy. She's not your confidant. Okay. She's not your mother. All right. A lot of guys start treating their girl like their mother, And then how many times have you heard a woman say, it's like I have 3 kids in the house, or I have an extra kid in the house, right? They treat their husband like a child, but that's because he's treating her like a mom. You know what I mean? Can't do that. Can't do that. That is not attractive. All right. So she's not your mom, and she's also not your therapist or your shoulder to cry on, right? That is, unless you never want her to fuck you again. Okay? If you never want her to fuck you again, then by all means, dump all your shit on her, right? She'll leave. Don't worry about it. So her job is just different. Her job is different. One of the things that I learned from Corey Wayne's book, How to Be a 3% Man, is that your only job, especially when you're dating, is to hang out, have fun, and hook up, right? That's literally your job the whole time you're in an LTR as well. Your job is to hang out, have fun, and hook up with your girl. Okay, that's her job. All right, she's there for fun. She's not there to be your therapist, right? She's not there to be, the person that you dump all your shit on, right? She's just not. So you got to keep things compartmentalized. All right, that's the gist, guys. That's the gist. Does it make sense? Anybody have any questions? We can just shoot the shit here for the next couple of minutes, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. Short episode today, but it's a simple subject. It's a simple subject. There's really not much else to bring into it. I don't know how Rolo does 5-hour live streams. I just don't. I don't know how, because sometimes this stuff is so simple. You can literally talk about this stuff in a TikTok video if you really wanted to. Let's see here. Lost frame when I said to a girl I was seeing that I told off an officer at the then employer. Okay, so you told off somebody and you lost frame with that. All right. Come on, guys. You guys are quiet now. All of a sudden, everyone's talking, and then all of a sudden everyone got really quiet in the chat. What's going on? Yeah, let's see here. Little Joker Baby says W. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Guys must remember, most romance movies, romance songwriters are made by lonely ass dudes living out their fantasies in movies and music. Yeah. You know what, though? It's funny. There's a chick that started popping up on my For You page on TikTok. And she basically is making fun of the Hallmark movies. The Hallmark movies is fucking hilarious because Red Pill Chick's mom used to watch the Hallmark Channel all the time. She used to just leave the Hallmark Channel on, and anytime we would go over to her house, fucking Hallmark movies were on, right? And so this lady's breakdown of literally every single Hallmark movie, they have the same fucking formula every time, which is some chick gets into some unexpected situation. She's got a fiance that she doesn't really like, and then she meets some contemptible stranger, and she falls in love with this guy, and she has a nameless fiance, right? And she always talks about that. And it's because her nameless fiance is always showing weakness, and this guy over here she can't get her way with. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be that guy. You got to be that guy that she can't get her way with, and that when she goes to do all these dumbass shit tests and emotional problems and stuff like that, he just doesn't fall for it. You know what I mean? He treats her like a bratty little sister, right? I need that channel. My ex-wife loved that show. I will blind react and probably unalive laughing. Yes, I will. I'll send that to you, Black Bear. The formula on Hallmark, get watches by the lady. No reason to change it up. Yeah, in fact, Corey also talks about it in his book. I think he got this from Doc Love, because Doc Love talks about it in The System. A lot of what Corey talks about in his book comes from the book, The System. And if you follow a formula of romance novels, it's always the contemptible scoundrel that she can't get her way with that she falls in love with, right? You got to be that guy. She can't get her way with you. She tests you, and you don't show any chinks in your armor. That's what chicks want at the end of the day. They may not think they want that, but chicks don't know what they want, right? They don't even know what they want to eat for dinner half the time. Let's see here. Hold on now. We got busy working off all those drinks last night. Oh, are you in the gym right now? Let's see. Glasses are okay. Do real-time cold approaches in public. Let's see here. Go out and get rejected after succeeding at that pain will go away. All right. John Smith, my dad was sick and mom turned up the shit testing. He left a message on my sister's phone that he could not take it anymore and was thinking about ending it. Total frame loss and complete simpery. Yeah, you know what? I did a video about this as well. This is where my conclusion comes from, or my hypothesis comes from, that women don't necessarily leave because something bad happens, right? But because a guy, completely gives up on himself, right? My dad, when I was real little, he got laid off from like the best job he ever had, right? He got laid off from the best job he ever had, and he was like unemployed for like 2 years because he fell into this depression. My mom had to go back to work. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, right? My mom was a critical care nurse, and she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but my dad lost his job and basically went into depression and couldn't find work for 2 years, right? So she had to go back and go back to work as a nurse, and she became the major breadwinner of the household. Well, that was pretty much the decline of their relationship, right? They're still together, but they fucking hate each other. And my mom, like, till this day, likes to remind my brother and I about how she was the major breadwinner. You know what I mean? Like, believe you me, I fucking heard about it, but they grew up in an era where you just don't leave. You just don't leave, right? So they just stay together and fucking hate each other. Nowadays, if it was today, my mom would have left my dad at that time. She would have left him, right? That's what people do nowadays. They just give up and leave, right? But no, she stayed with him, and but he gave up on himself, right? But if there was a time when back when I was married, it was relatively early on in the relationship too, because my daughter was just born, she was a baby, and I lost my job. But I didn't go into a depression about it. I literally hit the ground running, right? Like, I was pissed off about it, like on the Friday that they told me that I lost my job. The next morning, I fucking worked on my resume. I got my resume up. I started applying for jobs that weekend because there really wasn't anything else to do. So I went on to the job sites. That whole next week, I was applying for every fucking job out there and lining up interviews for the following week. I did interviews the second week, and I had a job by the third week, right? Like, I didn't lay down and go, oh, woe is me, I lost this one job. Like, I was like, okay, well, I gotta get another job. You know what I mean? So it's all about your mentality about it, and guys who they have this ego investment in whatever it is that they're doing, they just fucking give up. They give up. Oh, fuck, I'm no good. And they go start drinking and stuff like that. Well, that's unattractive behavior. Of course she's going to leave your ass. Right? What does Kate say? There's this husband and wife that make Hallmark parody videos for Christmas. That's pretty hilarious too. Can't remember the name of the account, but follows the typical formula. Those formulas are like clockwork. Yeah. Blackbeard says, my ex-wife used to, if I ever got sick, she got magically even sicker, and I ended up having to take care of her, the house, and the kids sick as hell. It made to where now I don't show being sicker. Yeah. My ex-wife was like that. She was just a fucking lazy person, though. You know what I mean? It's funny because my son talks about it all the time because she's remarried, right? She's remarried, and she's not my problem anymore. And so my son will tell me, he's like, when I ask mom, hey, mom, can you take me somewhere? She goes, yeah, sure, I'll take you somewhere. And then turns around and asks her new husband, hey, can you take Braden somewhere? He's like, what? No, I asked you, mom. I asked you. And she's just like that. She likes to lay around on the couch all day. I'm glad that relationship ended for sure. Let's see here. John says it's hard to intentionally try to get rejected, but it'll make you stronger. Yeah, actually, that's sort of a different topic, but yeah, if you guys are afraid of rejection, go out and make rejection a goal. All right, right? Go out and try to get 10 rejections in a day. Like, you'll get over it really quick. Let's see here. Losing makes losing easy. Winning makes winning easy. Yeah, maybe. What are we heathens talking? Riley, you're fucking late, dude. We're talking about how your girl is not your mom, your therapist, or your friend. Okay, that's what we're talking about today. Are you hungover, Riley? Riley was at the beer club last night. My ex was lazy as well. That's one of the reasons she is next. Yes, definitely. You know who's not lazy? Nurse Chick. Nurse Chick fucking does all sorts of stuff. She's a fucking angel straight from heaven. Okay, that's my blue pill idealism talking. Oh, Black Bear says my ex-wife remarried. I laughed my ass off when she posted on Facebook. My husband said, "Get off my lazy butt and actually adult." I tried to make it a joke, and she wonders why I never tried to come back. I'm not friends with my my exes on Facebook. They can go fuck themselves. Not fans of them. Don't necessarily hate them. Like, we get along okay, but we're not friends. We're not friends at all. But I do hear these things from my kids, and I don't talk smack about my ex-wife to my kids. I don't think that's a good thing to do. You know, like alienate your kids from their mom and vice versa. I don't think moms should do that to dads either. So I don't. But my kids will come and tell me stuff that their mom does that frustrates them, and it's literally the same shit that used to frustrate me. So I'm like, oh, she does that? Oh, I can see why that might be frustrating. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like they're figuring out what kind of person she is, but she does that to herself. All right, guys, let's wrap up here. I don't know who's hosting Rule Zero tomorrow. Every night on Thursday, I usually ask the group chat, like, hey, who's hosting? I hosted last week, so I ain't fucking hosting tomorrow. But I like to find out who's hosting so that I can tell you guys, hey, tune into Rule Zero. It's going to be on so-and-so's channel. I don't know. John Fitch suggested that we do an episode on that list that went out on Twitter, you know, where the chicks listed all the places that they refused to go to on a first date. Right. So that might be a topic for Saturday's show, but I don't know who's hosting. Thor can't host because he's sick. He's not feeling very good. So I know he can't host. So maybe Ryan's due. But Ryan, if you guys, there was a spreadsheet that Arch Hominem made of all the different Rule Zero shows. And Ryan looked at that and realized that he has hosted the most shows out of anybody. So he's like all about not hosting. So he might not host tomorrow. So maybe Clary, but Clary is trying to finish up his book. So he might not host. Who knows? Anyway, we'll figure it out. Just keep an eye on social media for whoever's hosting Rule Zero. Nuke, like the video. Thank you, man. Nuke is hosting. Here we go. Nuke is hosting Dragon Ship tomorrow because Thor is not feeling good. I think we're going to be talking about the 48 Laws of Power tomorrow. So tune into that. No, Ryan's not out of town for a while. He wasn't at Rule Zero on Saturday because he was sick too, but I think he might be feeling better. No, Thor's not going to do Dragon Ship, but Nuke's going to host. Nuke's going to host tomorrow. So tune into that. There's going to be a Dragon Ship tomorrow. Let's see here. Monday's episode, guys. Tune in Monday. My 3% brother, Logan Duwong, is joining me. I don't know if you guys know who Logan is. Logan is like a young buck, man. He's like 20 years old, right? He's got a really big following on Instagram and TikTok, and a pretty big following on YouTube as well. He's interviewed some of the biggest names in the space. But what he was able to do, which was, I thought, was fucking impossible, he not only interviewed Corey Wayne on his channel, but Corey invited him to go hang out down in Florida for a week, and he was on Corey's channel. And I was like, how the fuck did you do that? And so I had him on. We recorded this episode on Monday. But what I like about Logan is he's a 3% guy. He's a 3% brother, right? He read Corey's book when he was in high school and applied that knowledge to the chicks in high school. The stuff that I talk about, it works across the board, even for young bucks. Okay. The thing is, though, that guys see, like, people see this shit. They see this shit and they go, I'm not going to get dating advice from a fucking old guy. It's like, dude, the shit works for teenagers too, man. It works. Game works. Game's game. Okay. Yeah. Oh Lord, I bet the game was set on easy mode after that. Yeah. So anyway, he's a smart kid, and he went viral. I think this is what helped him get on Corey's radar, though. He went on the Whatever podcast and went viral. And so and then he reached out to Corey and offered to help him with social media. So that story is pretty fascinating. Definitely tune into that on Monday. That's all I got, guys. Let's go through the housekeeping here. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications if you haven't done so already. I go live every Wednesday and Friday mornings, guys, if you didn't know, at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Thanks for everybody that sounded off in the live chat. If you guys are watching on the replay, drop a comment below. Favorite emoji, doesn't really matter. Thanks to everybody that sent super chats today. Nobody sent $100, so I ain't dancing for you fucks. I'm not doing it. Follow me on social media. The links are in the description. Definitely do this so that you know who's hosting Rule Zero on Saturday. Get on the email list.comeonmanpod.com. Get your PDF with 20 dating app openers that are guaranteed to capture a woman's attention in the first 7 words, and also mail you stickers. If you don't want the fucking stickers, just put do not want stickers in the address line, okay? I won't mail you them. I won't waste the stamp then. Check out the Practical Law of Attraction course, guys. It's a mindset course. I've gotten rid of all the woo-woo magical thinking chick crack out of it. It's all based on psychology. So check that out. You will change your world, right? If you get your mind right, everything else falls into place. Join the beer club. The hangout last night was awesome, as usual. So that we're 5 for 5. We're 5 for 5 with good hangouts, guys. So join that. It's a good group of guys. And then there's a private Telegram group as well where you can drop whatever in there. Like, guys are literally talking about anything in there, right? CW's been dropping some fire memes lately. So if you guys like memes, join the group, all right? And then coaching's available, guys, at gumroad.comeonmanpod.com. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I've got 2 options available for that. That's all I got, guys. We will see you tomorrow on Rule Zero, whoever's hosting that.
This has been the Come On Man podcast. Now, go out and get it.